And as you might imagine, he's pretty popular in Harlem. And he declined to do more than just go outside and let us take a picture and wave to people because he thought it was wrong to campaign on 9/11 in the city that paid the highest price for it. Second thing I want you to know is we talked for an hour and a half, very close to an election. I'm not exaggerating, 80% of the conversation had nothing to do with politics and everything to do with the responsibilities of the next president for the welfare of the American people and the future of the world. And among other things, I think this says something about it. That's what I'm going to tell you. I normally don't reveal the contents of any private conversation, but this is interesting because of our meeting. First thing he said to me, he said, I know you do this global initiative. He said, what's the matter with the way America is organized to exercise our soft power, to deal with AIDS, TB, malaria, to do all these things? I promise you, including me in 1992, he's the first candidate for president ever to ask some former president that question out of the box. And that's a very good thing to do. And unfortunately for him, I had a long-winded answer, but I think it was a very, very good thing. The second thing I want you to know is this. I've already complimented both he and Senator McCain on issuing that joint statement and trying to find their way through to exercise both their responsibilities as senators and as the nominees of their parties in a way that enables us to deal with this current financial crisis. But here's what I know. He didn't just call me and Hillary and ask us what we thought. He had a conference call with the primary members of my economic team, who later appeared in public. What I know from talking to them about it is, when he got on the phone and we talked about what a mess we were in, he said this: just tell me what you think we ought to do, and do not waste any breath talking about what is or is not politically saleable. Let's figure out what the right thing to do is, and then we'll figure out how to sell it. That also is a very important thing you want in a leader in a difficult time. There may not be, and that was particularly important to me because I remember when I rendered financial assistance to Mexico at a different time, there was, on the day I made the decision, there was a poll in the morning paper that said 80% of the American people were against it. What's that fool president do? Just giving them money. They didn't know I hadn't made the sale that their welfare was at stake. But when Mexico paid the loan back 3 years earlier at a $600 million profit, it looked like a pretty good decision. When you take a job like this, you often have to make unpopular decisions today because you are betting with all your heart and mind that in the end it will come out right for the American people and right for the world. So I think that I wanted you to know those two things because I believe that they both not only reflect well on Senator Obama as a person, but as a potential president. I think that's what you want. We're living in a world where there are lots of things we don't know the answer to, and where we're going to have to find new and creative ways to work together. So I want to thank him for the way he's tried to handle this enormous financial crisis we're in, and the way he has approached his campaign and the prospect of being the next president. I thank him for being here, and I'd like to ask you to now welcome him